what is a bandpass filter? A notch filter. A notch filter notches out a certain frequency or a carrier or something that you don't want to hear, right? That is a notch filter. A band pass filter is effectively exactly the opposite. Right? Now, high-end radios have more bandpass filtering than low-end radios. I'm not going to go into, somebody said, well, the 7300's got bandpass filters. Oh, I'm sure it has. The bandpass filters inside my 990 is about the size of a 7300. Okay, so let's just get that in perspective. So there's already in a high-end flagship radio some pretty serious bandpass filtering, which means when you go to 20 meters, right, it gives a bandpass filter on 20 and shuts down everything else. By the way, I'm sure Flex radios have got fantastic bandpass filters. I'm sure ICOMs have as well. In fact, I know ICOM has, because when Jonathan came up with his 7610 and I ran 40 here, he ran 20 over there, there was no interference between the two of us. There might have been on an exact harmonic, right? I think it was about S7. So on my very high power, he could hear me S7 on the exact harmonic, which means 7.1 would have been 14.2. That is the second harmonic, all right, which is always hard to, reduce. However, I have an Outboard bandpass filter that James built for me from a kit, and the kit was the 5B4AGN. You can see he starts off with a board, and it was a kit, and he ends up with a complete thing. Now, we had my original Elecraft and Yaesu had a special little connector, binary coded data, BCD connector. And James made a cable between this and either a Yaesu or an Elecraft. We used to run a pair of K3s and a pair of ACOM 2000s many years ago. Why do I want another bandpass filter? It's because we're running 2 stations here and we do need to cut down the harmonics. So even though I've got some great bandpass filters here, having an outboard set of bandpass filters means that not only is my transmission, but also my reception has got a bandpass filter. So if you like, I've got a notch filter everywhere apart from where I'm receiving. Now, it doesn't take a genius to work out, and I can't remember what these are, but let's say there's 60 dB isolation. 60 dB, by the way, you think, well, what is that? Well, 10 dB is a factor of 10, 20 is a factor of 100, 30 would be 1,000, 40 is 10,000, 50 is 100,000, and 60 dB is a millionth, right? By the way, I might have got that wrong by a factor of 10 somewhere along the line because I haven't written that bit down. But it's enormous, okay? So not only have we got the bandpass filtering that the radio comes with, we've got this outboard bandpass filtering as well. And it's low power. It's up to 100 watts. Then it goes to the amplifier. And if you've got a very good amplifier, it'll be very linear. And we're not getting, we shouldn't be getting harmonics on that. Now, the other thing you need to know is that so the Elecraft and the Yaesu had this BCD, but we don't have BCD on the back of the Kenwood. So James made, he's a bit clever, made a box of tricks that read the serial port, all right, then talked directly to the bandpass filter. So when I change band from, I'm on 40 meters, if I hit 14, it reads the bandpass filter at 9600 baud and just changes the bandpass filter. So the argument is, and I'll be interested in your comments because there's going to be some bright bunnies that will have a better way of explaining this than I. If you're a single station, is it worthwhile having a bandpass filter? Now, apparently it is, but if you're in a fairly noisy environment, a bandpass filter will cut everything else down and only give you what you're after. Like some of the, don't ever go at me about this, right? But some of the lesser SDRs may well be wide open, right, the whole time. And it's the software that is effectively creating a bandpass filter. But you get all the mush inside that envelope before it starts working. So that's why we have bandpass filters before we get to that bit. So I don't know. I am really interested in a Bright Bunny, their comments regarding should we be using a outboard bandpass filter and under what circumstances, unless you've got a multi-2 or a multi-3 or a multi station. It's a set and forget. The only thing I need to remember to do is I manually turn down the radio to maximum of 100 watts. Otherwise, I'll blow these up because we've got 200 watt radios here. But I've got 2,000 watt amplifier, so I don't care about that. Hopefully that's enlightened you. All the best. See you next time. Bye for now.